All right, Charlie, we are on episode 2 of our comic review.
Ooh,
Um,
rhymes.
yes. So, this episode, we are going to be looking at the comic Wonderdog Inc. And that's by Arcana Comics.
Ooh.
Written by Scott Zirkle, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Penciled by Matt Hebb.
Oh, as he says, penciler.
Penciler,
Like,
yeah.
it sounds like a villain from a Batman cartoon.
And the ink is by Jason Worthington. So Wonderdog is in the genre of an action adventure. So I'll let you take it away because this is your pick for a comic.
We'll mention what we thought about it after. So I'm going to tell you about the story. So this might be a little longer, but let's see how we go. So the comic is Wonderdog Inc. It starts off in 1956, a place in Bolivia called Isla del Sol, a lake Titicaca. That's not a rude word, by the way. Dr. Meredith Sweeney, leader of the World Antiquarian Society, funded a group outing. The doctor claims she has a map that has never existed, but only she knows where it leads. So the group are obviously tired, fed up and hungry, and they want, to rest. One of the main characters in the story, you'll know more about later, asks for a break, and he has a look at the map. He sees there's something quite odd about it, because the map is missing one half. Yeah. So he takes a look at the map again, and he aims it at the sun, and the full map is revealed. So Dr. Meredith, seeing this, snatches the map and tells the group it's time to move. And despite the anger of the group, because they've had no rest, they move on. This is when the doctor searches over and sees a pile of rocks. What are these pile of rocks? The others are confused by them and not impressed. She then takes out something from a satchel, a small statue of a dog, pushes it in like a key. Water starts spewing down the rock. I found it. One of the men says, "Found what?" Meredith says, "The fountain of youth." So she takes out her cup, places it under the fountain, filling it up, and takes a gulp. There is a pause. She falls with a sudden thud. She stands as the group are amazed. She is young again. All but one of the men decide to have a gulp of the water, possibly taking too much. There's one guy in the group who believes it's just not meant to be messed with and doesn't drink any of it. The doctor is shocked by this and wonders why you don't want to be young or stay young. And her and the other group members head to bed for the night. Morning rises and the doctor hears crying, and she heads to the tent where noise is coming from, and she finds the men are now newborn babies. What? Yeah. Not only that, but searches for her map and statue. It has been taken by the only man who wouldn't take part in the drinking from the fountain of youth. So there you go. That's the start of it. Okay. So what did you think about the actual story at the beginning of it?
The beginning, I think it was pretty fun.
Yeah, fun?
Yeah, like I enjoy, as I said last episode, that kind of like you have to solve clues to figure out where things are. Enjoy that type of thing.
Yeah, you wanted to know where it will lead to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Step into the present day. Two school kids, Alex and Ryan Robertson, both outcasts and bullied, as you can see in each of the scenes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They are best friends. Ryan has a girlfriend called Rachel. Mm-hmm. Alex doesn't like her as she comes across as possessive. She seems a bit angry, yeah. He tells Alex he's going on vacation to the farm with his grandpa while his parents go off to Europe. Who he sees as senile or crazy because of the stories he comes out with. he asks to take Rachel with him. Knowing how his grandpa is, he's worried about what Rachel will think of him. But his grandpa isn't as senile as you may think. And that's where it sort of goes into, doesn't it? It's about him and his grandpa, and they go on this sort of adventure. So I don't want to ruin the storyline, but yeah, I really like the actual twists. They're not, mega surprises, but it's a nice change, and it's I would say it's kid friendly, and it's something to sort of read. I would say characters are not too irritating, funny in parts depending on your humor, and nice art direction, which reminds me of Venture Brothers. So.
Yeah, I really like the art style of it. It looked very, very almost like cartoony or kiddie.
Did you like Alex and Ryan?
Yeah, I enjoy the look of what they look like. I don't know. There's some show that it reminds me of, like a kid show, but I can't really put my finger on it.
Oh. But it's very kiddie, isn't it? So
yeah,
it is kid friendly. This comic.
Yeah,
everyone could read it. I don't know why I wasn't bored about the first chapter. I didn't care.
Yeah.
About, the two friends. I was more interested in the granddad and Ryan.
Yeah.
How their relationship got better and better as the story builds. So I like that part of it.
So, what rating would you give the storyline?
Oh, the storyline's really good. I would give it like a 4.
4 out of 5? Wow.
Yeah, I would.
And what would you give the artwork?
It's a different art direction, but I definitely give
yeah.
3.5.
3.5? Cool.
I don't know for me, 3.5.
For me, storyline so far, give it a 4.5.
Wow, 4.5. Why?
Because I enjoy that style of, like, as I said, like mystery. You don't know what's gonna happen next, and I like the development of the story too. Like how it starts off way back in the day, and I like how whenever they have that like flashback,
kind of like Indiana Jones, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I like how whenever it flashes back to then, the art changes. Like, it's very like what do you call it? Monochrome? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? To the present day. They do it in many cartoons as well, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah. So story 4.5, art 4.75. I really like the art style.
Wow, that's good.
Overall review, give it the 4.7. 4.75, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'd give it a 4 in total.
4 in total?
Yeah.
Where did it lose that 7.75?
It is long. It's a good read, and you will be...
Yeah.
I don't know how long you could take to read it, but Andrew, I recommend, reading the rest of the chapters.
I will, yeah.
And be shocked by the twists.
The twists and turns. So
that's the end of episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you liked our reviews. We'll put all the links down below of all the comics that we reviewed.
Yeah.
And if you want your comic reviewed, please do send us a message, email us, and we will review them and have you on the show.
Yes. And we're planning to have, so in one of the upcoming episodes, we're actually going to have one of the producers, or I don't know if he's a producer or writer or director, or what's going on with it, but we're going to have somebody involved in a comic on the show. And the comic that we're actually going to be reviewing is near and dear to a Charlie and I's heart.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So until next time, see you, everybody.
See ya.